Just what is it exactly that people want by Krishna's mercy? Quote, sometimes the naughty babies would crawl up to the cowshed, catch the tail of a calf, and stand up. The calves, being disturbed, would immediately begin running here and there, and the children would be dragged over clay and cow dung. To see this fun, Yashoda and Rohini would call all their neighboring friends, the gopis. Upon seeing these childhood pastimes of Lord Krishna, the gopis would be merged in transcendental bliss. In their enjoyment, they would laugh very loudly. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vol 1, Ch. 8.
Listen, I am not against competition. I think the idea is worthwhile. It is not always a negative. Without comparing ourselves against others, how will we make a proper assessment? How will we know if we are progressing or regressing? How will we further advance without knowing just how far we can push the boundaries of possibility? Sometimes the impossible can turn into possible. At the same time, there is one puzzling aspect about competition, particularly as it relates to an occupation or career. It seems to be that we think someone has made it, so to speak, when they no longer have to work. If they are sitting at home, maybe clocking in for an hour or two, they are in the superior position. If they have enough money in the bank that they can retire early, financial independence, retire early. I believe those words translate to a popular acronym today. The reason this method of comparison is puzzling, at least to me, is that the people who no longer have to work tend to be less happy. Look at the classic trust fund baby. They spend their money on alcohol, drugs, and prostitutes. They are so depressed in life that they feel the need to get high, constantly. You will see that they have a difficult time getting out of bed in the morning. To them, the day does not start until the evening. On the other side, you have the people who work hard. They want to reach the position of financial independence. It is like they are struggling with a burden, trying so hard to remove that burden. But afterwards, when the burden is no longer there, the motivation to continue goes away. The positive outlook on life simultaneously vanishes. It is this great paradox of the life experience. Do you see what I am saying? What is the purpose to work if the goal we are trying to reach does not bring lasting happiness? Are we going through the motions simply for the sake of avoiding depression? There has to be a better way, it seems.
The better way is to find that occupation which is neither tied to a negative burden nor creates a hindrance during the time of immersion. In other words, I should look for work that will keep me happy and positively engaged, that slow builds something bigger in the process. That work should also be blissful enough to never be renounced. I work for the sake of working, for staying fit, healthy, and happy. The work essentially becomes part of who I am. The only occupation to meet the above criteria, to check all of the boxes, is dharma. Since that occupation is valid in any period of time, from beginning to end, the proper term is Sanatan Dharma. This is the meaning to religion. This is the concept of religion in the complete understanding. I should not be following only out of dogmatic insistence, desire for future elevation, or fear of punishment from an almighty, angry, spiteful, and vindictive figure. Manmana bhav mad bhakto, madyaji mam namaskuru, mam evaishyasi yuktvevam, atmanam matparayanaha. Quote, engage your mind always in thinking of me. Offer obeisances and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita 9:34. Sri Krishna recommends to always think of him. By so doing, a person will come to him. Since he is the highest being of all, the Almighty, the source of everything, coming closer to him in worship, upasana, is universally beneficial. The work that goes into always thinking of him never has to be regretted. There is nothing lost in the process. There is nothing to fear anymore, since the greatest purifier takes charge of the results. Neha bhikram nashosti, pratyavayo na vidyate, swa alpam apya asya dharmasya, trayate mahato bhayat. Quote, in this endeavor there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita 240. This work is different in nature. It must be different. That is the only way someone can explain the lifetime commitment to regularly chant the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. To repeat the same Sanskrit words day after day, without any expectation of return, with no desire to impress the public or make others jealous, can only be done if there is something amazing and satisfying on the other side. This is the work that every person has been seeking since time immemorial. Whether rich or poor, young or old, or coming or going, Sanatana Dharma is the way to lasting and meaningful happiness. It is the type of work we have been desperate to find, and it is the only occupation we can both continue in the future and never dream of giving up out of fatigue, waning interest, or pressure of an ever-increasing burden. Rather, the burden is welcomed on a continuing basis, in the manner of the mother named Yashoda, maintaining attention on her beloved child, who is the jewel of Gokula Vrindavan. In closing, now time to crank it up, put more of that party in my cup, because with working finally done, day of retirement has come. Except where now motivation to find, like leaving a burden behind. Truth that Dharma the only way, where blissful with Krishna to stay.